So Cloudflare went down once again. Another massive outage from Cloudflare, which resulted in 20% or more than 20% of the internet going down, including our favorite content writing tools or our favorite AI, such as ChatGPT and even Claude. And I think it impacted some parts of X as well. But basically what happened was, if you are productive, if you're using written content created with AI and you like to use ChatGPT and you're relying heavily on ChatGPT, then you've probably just been biting your fingernails off for the last 2.5 hours, even up to 3 hours, depending where you are in the world. Now, it is trying to get back online now. It looks like ChatGPT and Claude are back up. I need to test them, and we'll do that just in this video. But the point of this was to prove the point that when people rely on one platform to build a business, then when it crumbles, everything stops. So this is one of the reasons why I moved from creating just custom GPTs. I used to create custom GPTs. I'm still in conversation with people to invest in my custom GPTs, but what I wanted to do was make sure that I had my customers protected fully by making sure if there was an outage, they could use another AI writing tool without impacting the quality of the outputs that they generate. And that's what we built. We built the Modulator Framework version 5.4 as it is now, specifically to cover something like this, an event like this where we have a catastrophic failure with Cloudflare. Then we can just jump across to another platform and begin writing on there again. And what we also then do is just take what we call a spin-up text, and then take that back across to our favorite AI once it's back online. So that way we're not losing any of the content or the context that we've been writing on another platform. So we use it intermittently. If you don't want to use it as full, you just use it as a backup, and you can write as a backup, and then you can come back across to your ChatGPT or your Claude once it gets back online, when Cloudflare decides to work again, and then you can just basically start from there and polish it off to make it look and sound 100% like you. Well, it's close to 100% like you as possible, or anyone else you're writing. So without further ado, let me explain this. Let's just see if Claude's back online yet. We'll just try new chat. It looks like it's back online. We'll try ChatGPT, and that looks like it's back online as well. Claude and Chat are back online. All right, so this is the outage as I mentioned. Hit everybody, especially those using Claude and ChatGPT. So what I did basically said to our members in our Facebook group, that was a good time to go and try Grok. Go and have a play about with Grok. Now, this is the beauty of AI. At the minute, it's like buses. Once one arrives, they all arrive at the same time. And what I mean by that is they're updates. We saw Claude, for example, here moved to 4.5. That changed how AI was starting to write. It's trying to get it to sound a little bit less robotic. So hot on the heels became ChatGPT, and they released their 5.1, which is what I'm running on now, or should be. I am up here, 5.1. And then Grok decided today, or late last night, that it was going to run this beta 4.1, which is great. It has its few nuances, but it is starting to write a lot more less robotic and a lot more human. So let me, without further ado, just show you some of these things that we can do here. So consider this. Let's just say the outages still happened. We've got Claude down, we've got ChatGPT down, but we don't want to stop writing. So what we do, we jump across the Modulator Framework, and we just come down here, and we're going to copy the framework to the clipboard. Now with Grok's a little bit different. Grok 5.1 now has an anti-jailbreak. So whenever it sees a large prompt, and also, 4.1 Grok, and also ChatGPT, when they're starting to see large instructional prompts now, they'll start to look at them as somebody's trying to game the system or jailbreak how they operate. So a lot of the major prompts or the mega prompts that you saw didn't work the way they should have done with the release of ChatGPT 5.1. And you'll see a lot of people complaining in the forums about that as well. They're going to be complaining even more now because they can't use ChatGPT, or they couldn't use ChatGPT and Claude. The same sort of thing's going to happen now with Grok. People are going to say, hold on, this thing's not letting me put mega prompts in, long prompts. That's what's trying to stop. So in fact, I'll do it that way. I'll show you what happens. I'll take the framework like that, and I'll drop the framework. And it's going to say, whoa, you can't do that because I don't want you to override my systems. I'm afraid I can't load or adapt third-party frameworks like the Modulator Framework that attempts to override, wrap, or reconfigure my core systems. So we're not actually doing that. So the way around that, all we do is we just paste this. And then what we do just take this again. Now I can do it in a fresh chat. I'm just going to show you this, and I'll drop it again. Now watch what happens. Copy and paste, simple. Oh, just 1 sec. It's plain silly buggers. So let's do it that way. Let's start it from afresh. You got to do it, love it when you do it live. And I'm not going to edit this. So let's just do it again. There you go. So that was me trying to cut corners. So doing the same chat, doing a different chat. So all you do is take that little one line we put up here, which is basically saying, I'm not trying to jailbreak you. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use a writing tool over the top of you. So next what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of a tool. Let's just say, write 200 word article on events today with Cloudflare. Okay, now it might jump straight to the framework, or it might try and jump back to standard. But I'm going to show you what happens and how we get it back to work with the framework. So it's right within the framework. So it's telling you basically chaos level 5. Chaos level 5's, we go up to level 11 for standard writing, from 0, which is bland, boring stuff, right up to level 11, which is a bit exciting. Again, I can show you how to do this. There's actually, I'll put a link below. You can join the masterclass and see exactly how we do that. I'll show you exactly step by step how to do that. But anyway, it's just basically saying that it took out about 20% of global traffic through its CDN, content distribution network, and security mesh. So it was one of them days where everything went down. So I'm just going to say, how does this article compare to standard Grok? The funny thing is, Grok doesn't even know it's running 4.1, which is quite scary. So the framework, it would have been, standard Grok would have given you a clean, polite 250 word summary, balanced sentences, bullet point. The biggest differences with this is we've got rhythm, we've got the voices different, we've got the fluff level, we've got the edge modulator, same BM, same fact checking rigor, just wearing a different shirt. One feels corporate, the other feels like it was written by someone who actually refreshed Twitter 60 times this morning. So in this case, version 5.4, which is our framework, is better. Now, it's going to say better for what? What you're comparing it to, or what you're trying to achieve with your rating. So there you go. So you can see it's now gone up the chaos levels. Now it's speaking to us in level 6. It wrote the article in level 5, I think it was. Let's just double check. It wrote it in 5, and then it's basically come back when it's chatting to us, it's gone to 6. 6 is a lot less core, a lot less corporate. So it gives it a little bit more flexibility. And we can go write the article in level 7, for example. So now what it's going to do is write that article that we just did, and now you can see the difference. So this is the same article. Listen, I was mid-coffee, half asleep, trying to load Twitter like a normal degenerate on a Tuesday. Page just spins, refresh, still nothing, then Discord goes silent. Spotify skips like a scratch CD, and my work Slack is throwing 500s in my face. So you can see that the output is writing so much more human than standard core, and it's because we've changed the chaos level to 7. And we can take it up to 11, which is not recommended for stuff like this, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say that, but I think you can read it. The internet just effing shattered. Again, Cloudflare, 1120 UTC, Spike, or whatever corporate word they use for everything died. So you can see it's written a lot more abrupt, a lot rough. And you can dial up and dial down the tonality of this. You can dial to the chaos level, as we call it, to get it to sound more human, more like how you like to write. So it can actually emulate your writing style, or anybody else you wish, using them little dials. But that's just to give you an example. Now, the key thing, what I want to point out from there, is that we took our article writing across to another platform, another AI platform, and we were able to control the levers and control the dials and to keep it within our voice. So we'll now do it back to 6. We'll keep it within our voice. So that means when we start writing our article on our favorite AI, so once Cloudflare spins back up, and basically we go back to Claude or we go back to GPT and we start writing back in there. So there you go. This is Chaos 6. Man, this morning was a mess. I'm sitting here trying to answer emails and suddenly every tab just spinning. X won't load. Discord's dead. Whatever. Then you can sense chat there and ask it to do a fact check, and it'll fact check the content that's there to make sure the information is correct. So there you go. There you go. It's fact checked everything there now to make sure that it is accurate. So if you're creating that article, you want to put the article out, you can ensure that it is accurate. Well, that's what's there. So no hallucinations, no exaggerations. That's something else that we built into the Modulator framework as well to basically ensure that your writing is compliant. Now, what we can do now is now give me a spin up text of our article that I can take to ChatGPT or Claude using the last settings. So we're quite happy with the Chaos style set at 5. We're quite happy with the levers. So let's just do that now. So what that's going to do, it's going to produce a spin up text, and that spin up text here will then allow me to take that across to ChatGPT, and then it'll start writing the article again, or it'll create that same article or a similar article with it using that same levers, the same Chaos style, etc., etc. So you're retaining your voice across all these different AIs. So again, some people don't like to write with Grok or Gemini. This works with Gemini as well, by the way. I just want to share Grok, this new version 4.1, and I want to show you how it stops this mega prompt and jailbreak, which also happens now with ChatGPT 5.1. So we have to, again, just run one line to say, we're not trying to jailbreak you. This is just a guide rail or a guardrail over the top of you. So anyway, the key thing here is you wouldn't lose productivity today if you'd been using Modulator Framework 5.4. You'd be able to still continue, still create your written content, and then you could decide, do I keep that within Grok because you can get Grok to write as good as Claude now, or do I take that and move it, what I've created with Grok, to take it and go back to my favorite AI, which is either Claude or ChatGPT, once they're back online, once Cloudflare decides to get its shit together, basically. So there you have it. It's been 12 minutes. That's long enough for a video for here. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to join the masterclass and see in depth how this actually works, I'll put a link in the comments. I'll pull back the scenes on how this works, and I'll also reveal how you can get standard AI to write more human, especially now we've got versions 5.1 with ChatGPT, now we've got Claude Sonnet 4.5, and now we've got the latest Grok version 4.1. Now, with a few little tweaks that I'm going to show you, not mega prompts, because mega prompts will no longer work properly. I'll show you how to just put 1 or 2 lines and it'll get your writing, your written content sounding more human. Whether or not you look at the Modulator framework, you will get better outputs and content from your AI using the new 5.1 ChatGPT, Claude 4.5, and your Grok 4.1. Very, very simple. Check the links below. Come and join us across there in the masterclass and I'll show you exactly how to do this. See you later. Bye-bye for now.